Hi. Hi, Jose. Hi, Muffin. Book club. Book club, book club, book club. Oh, hi. Oh, hi. Fancy seeing you here, right? Come here often. What a coincidence. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, guys. I think we're like halfway. No, we're a little over halfway now of this one. Isn't that crazy? Because it feels like the big thing like kind of already happened, right? Like Satoshi went missing. 3 minutes late? What do you mean? I started on time. Okay. Have a good weekend? I had a little bit busy weekend, but it's alright. You know, I think it's good. Come here often. What do I say? I never thought I'd get this far into the conversation. Right, like, damn, I didn't think I'd get this far. But yeah. So let's get right into it, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, don't you know? My throat is already hurting a little bit, so I hope I can get through this okay. The fourth year of the series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa, also known as Yashiro-sama's curse, 1 year after Satoshi Hojo's disappearance. Oh, time skip! Oh my god! Who said that last time? And I'm like, I don't know! Damn, they were right. And maybe it was Jose? I don't remember. Oh yeah, you betcha. I hadn't been able to get used to my new school in Okinomiya, but I had some friends there now. Since I got a part-time job at my relative's store, I had some extra pocket money too. I ended up living with my parents after all, so I didn't have to pay for living expenses. It felt great to get to freely spend the money I earned from working. I still used the room Kasai set up for me from time to time. It was a convenient hideout for when I didn't want to see my parents. In fact, I was planning to spend a day there today. It was definitely not me. Yeah, I know, Muffin. Damn that teacher. She told me my parents that I was skipping classes. My dad got upset, and that's why I didn't want to... Oh, damn that teacher. She told my parents that I was skipping classes. My dad got upset, and that's why I didn't want to stay at home. I've been asking for it, though. My teacher should know that my dad is a Yakuza, and that he gets really scary when he's mad. What's the number next year? Oh, that's your fan level. Like, my #1 fan that talks the most in chat, shows up for the most streams. Who's ever in chat right now, it's like ranking you against them. Yeah. On the whole, my life had been going well so far, except that it was boring. The reason I could enjoy this lifestyle is probably because I had to live in secret before. Greetings. Hello, Antimatter. Welcome in. Cam literally hasn't been here for like 12 months. Yeah, that sounds about right. He's a fake fan? I know. It's weird that he has the #2 there. Maybe it's because he's talking so much in this stream. I don't know. It was a great relief to be able to live without having to fake my identity. Well, that might have been a valuable experience. I think I learned from it. I was going grocery shopping, and I thought I'd get enough food for a week or so. My parents would appreciate my presence more after missing me for a week. I was doing this for their sakes, really. Oh wait, isn't there a 100 yen sale today? Yeah, there is. I knew how to save my pocket money. I was in a good mood. I spun around with my arms spread out. I felt like I was inside a little whirlwind. My arm hit a motorcycle parked on the sidewalk. It obviously wasn't there where it was supposed to be. Ah, what the? Who parked this motorcycle here? I gave the motorcycle a kick with no hesitation. There were 3 motorcycles lined up in a row. They all felt like dominoes. It was beautiful and so much fun. Oh? This was odd. I feel like I've gone through this exact same experience before. It is. It's deja vu. I'm eating, so I need some daily doses of Saphyre. Oh, hell yeah. I'm here for you, brother. Hell yeah. This sounds off in my... Yes, it happened at the beginning of this book. It's where we first met Satoshi. While blinking my eyes in an effort to recall when that was, some people grabbed me by the neck and dragged me into a dark alley. It looked like those punks were the owners of those motorcycles, and they started shouting at me. This really was strange. I was having deja vu. The frick you, bitch? What you think you're doing, huh? Fucking bash your head in, bitch. Rah! Gonna pay for what you did. That's right. It was when I met Satoshi-kun for the first time. He came to save me. If I pretended to cry again now, would he come save me again? I made a wish, and I started pretending to cry and beg for mercy. At that time, I doubted my ears. Cut it out! Can't you see she's crying? Our very first time seeing the Keiichi sprite! Oh my god! Look at him! Did you guys, is that what you guys thought he looked like? I don't know. I think maybe, I probably showed pictures of him before, but like, look at that! There he is! There he is! Woohoo! Basic, oh, come on. I mean, he was our pro tag for 3 books. I mean, he's probably gonna look a little basic. He's so innocent, a pure boy, right? Right? It was a boy about my age. I couldn't quite see his face because the light illuminated from behind him. Oh shit, it's the song. Satoshi-kun? Of course, it couldn't be him. It couldn't be. When I snapped out of my daydream, I realized that it wasn't Satoshi-kun after all. He looks more buff than Satoshi. Creator sees this and just says, I can make him depressed. Yeah. I think Creator made this character and goes, but what if he lost his fucking mind? Wait, where's the copium tank? Guys, it's behind him. Stop asking such. You can't just ask someone where their copium tank is. It feels kind of like nostalgic seeing him again, right? Like it's been so long since we've seen Keiichi, because like he wasn't in the book before this, and this book has been about Satoshi and Shion. Like, it's been months since we saw him. It's kind of nice. Yeah. He looked less gracious than Satoshi-kun. Alright, Shion, I don't know why you had to clock him like that. It just seemed really important part of his character. Just surprised he's hiding it. If Satoshi-kun was pristine and untouched, then this guy would have scratches all over him. But although they were completely different, I got a similar impression from him somehow. What the hell? What the fuck are ye? You wanna get hurt or what? Focus, say something, son bitch. The boy looked a bit taken back. Well, I just thought you might wanna let her go because she's crying, so... Huh? The fuck you think you're telling us what you do? Whoa, whoa, hold on. I'm against violence. What was up with this guy? I felt ashamed that I mistook him for Satoshi-kun even for a second. He seemed cool at first, but he wasn't as cool as Satoshi-kun after all. Well, I mean, I'm sorry that your motorcycles were knocked down, but I hope you don't feel too bad about it. How can I make you feel better? Of course, we don't have any money, you know. Huh. If you don't got any money, then... If you got no money, you gotta pay with your body. This chick's got some real nice boobies. Let's strip her down and see. Hey, are you kidding me? I tightened my grip on my stun gun in my pocket. Then I turned to the maximum intensity. Don't hold a grudge against me if you die, you perv. I love it when the girls get stripped in those porn videos. Holy shit. Yeah, this stripping's better than actual... They indulged in their imaginations, which aroused their spirits. Hey now, why are you perverts closing in on me? Bruh. Your gross hands are groping the air. Are you really gonna try and violate me? Stripping's awesome. Strip her, yeah! Let's strip her down to top to bottom. Shucks off. She'll be as naked as a jaybird. Hey, are you out of your mind? Don't touch me with those filthy hands. Then, a flash of light cut through the air. Was that the boy? You stupid fox! Blows like thunderbolts knocked the punch down. Wow, so he was actually strong after all. What the hell? You want some? Ah! You don't have a clue, idiots! What the fuck are you on about? There's nothing arousing about the stark nakedness. Leave her socks on at least. Oh, right. Right. That's what Keiichi's upset about. No matter what. That is the ironclad rule. Listen up, monkeys. What's the difference between Homo sapiens and other animals? That's right. Humans wear clothes. Human beings without clothes are just animals. If you get aroused only when the girl is completely naked, you are less than a human. You might as well be animals. I'm gonna knock some sense into you. Clench those teeth. It's the animal I have become. Oof! Ah! Oof! You mentioned a corn movie, didn't you? Let's say there's a cosplay video. The definition of cosplay is too broad. To lecture on that subject is as difficult as explaining the spirit. I didn't even get to finish reading, no! The prominent division is largely categorized as school uniforms? Answer me! That's right! Regular uniforms, gym uniforms, and school swimsuit. Both the sailor style and blazer style are included under regular uniforms, and by the way, gym shorts and bloomers are likewise. Oh my god, Keiichi, you're going too fast! Is this on auto read somehow? Stop! Oh my god. You can't inform. And you're the short one. You take a school swimsuit. Picture that image with 3 seconds. Are you done? That's not good enough. Do it again. Let's say there's a corn video of your favorite cosplay. Use your imagination. Come on, say yes, sir, when you got it. Are you really military men? Are you? Maggots? Good. You all seem to have an image in your head. Imagine your favorite cosplay is stripped entirely naked because of your stupid desire. Now think, if you take their clothes off and that's not cosplay anymore, is that? That sort of video is rampant lately. It's just lamentable. Humans without clothes aren't civilized, they're animals. If only naked girls excite you, you're a pack of dogs, monkeys, peasants. As you know, a huge amount of Russian porn vids are going around lately to the end of the Cold War. You don't know that? Then get out of here. I heard it's a style called beautiful Russian schoolgirl, which is a combination of Japanese schoolgirl and a Russian thing is emerging. But I could never accept that. School uniforms are part of the Japanese culture, art. Those stupid barbarians are never going to understand the Japanese spirit. Are you listening? Are you pathetic squid? Clench your teeth. I train you until you'll drop. I won't let you. Oh, fuck. He went way too fast. He's not stopping. At that point, I heard something. Oh my god. I gathered some people. I saw several kids running toward us. Seemed like our backup had arrived. Shit. Let's get out of here. Oh my god. That's... let's check the log. Let's check the log just a little bit. I think we got the gist, right? He was lecturing them on how cosplay is hotter than naked. I think we got the gist. Monkeys, peasants, pack your bags and get out. Wait, get back here. Sleeping too hard, capable of perfecting the imagination skills. Now here comes my whip. Oh my god. My bar said I gathered people. I saw some good. Okay. Whew. Imagine stopping a back alley incident by inspiring the thugs to go to the corn shop. He's training them so that their imagination is stronger. That was, I think, also the gist. Oh, the 3 punks had just been standing there aghast, but they started running away when they saw that many people. Wow, you're awesome, Maibara-san. You had those punks transfixed, all by yourself. Naruto, welcome, Risu. Welcome in. What a time to join. Oh. Let me get a sip real fast. Holy shit, I almost feel like I gotta catch my breath. Jesus Christ. Truly what a time. A man of romance, except for his... yeah. Eminem, like Saphy doing the Eminem rap god thing. Yeah, basically it's what it felt like. You had those punks transfixed and all by yourself. One of them even had a nosebleed. You're so strong, Maibara-san. Whew! Seems my personal aura has grown more powerful. If this keeps up, I'll soon surpass even Coach's maid in Heaven Reality Marble. Anyway. Are you alright, Mion? The boys apparently called my bara. He turned around and faced me. Even the way he mistook me for Mion sounded just like Satoshi-kun. But Satoshi-kun isn't a pervert like him. I was anxious to see how you'd fight back, but... I guess these 3 guys were just too many, huh? I don't believe it. I was still so confused. I couldn't yet grasp the situation. Keiichi aura farmed me before it was cool. Who was this guy? Nyon has friends like him? I was still spacing out in shock, so I forgot to move until his hand touched my head. Well, you know, I'll forget that I saw you cry. So cheer up, alright? Reb. Yes, yes. The boy called my bara stroked my head roughly. It didn't feel good. It hurt, actually. But still, his hand had the same warmth. Later on, Mion told me about him. He was called Keiichi Maibara. Kei-chan for short. He's 1 grade below us. Not only that, but he just moved to Hinamizawa. Thanks to his attitude and lack of manners, he'd already become an idol in their class. That's my bar. Yes! Yes! Oh, yeah, Reese, you weren't here for my little spiel. Yeah, we finally get to see his character sprite. That's what he looks like. Mion joyously explained all of this. Sure, he sounded like a fun kid. I knew why Mion was into him. But Satoshi-kun is way cooler. He wasn't worth stealing from Sis. Or was he? My heart throbbed. I was excited. It felt like I'd gotten a new toy. I was curious as to what kind of relationship Mion intended to build with him. I'd love to tease her about it. Well, thanks, Kei-chan. Let me buy you a drink. My uncle's restaurant is nearby, so why don't we go there? Satoshi-kun would refuse out of modesty. But Keiichi Maibara said okay within 2 seconds. Well then. Couldn't wait to tease the 2 of them. My boring life suddenly became bright again. Whoa, hey, don't cling to my arm. Oh, don't you like it? Well, I don't hate it, but it's just your breasts are touching and Oh, do my breasts bother you? Oh, this would make into a great love triangle, but it's Higurashi. Oh my god. And according to the story, it's a sad one. Interesting to go through this part of the story alongside book 1, seeing it from Keiichi's perspective as well. Yeah, like this was book 2 when he met Shion. So now we're actually getting to the answer of the answer arc, right? Now it's gonna start mirroring what happened in book 2, but we're gonna see it from Shion's point of view. Oh right, my bad. No, you good, you good. They're bothering me so much. Oh, shut up. Keiichi Maibara was fun. Mion thought the same way I did. She would always talk about him. I was happy for her. It made me smile. I guess Kei-chan really is your favorite, huh, sis? What's the most interesting thing about him? Let me see. To put it plainly, he's just funny. For example, just a couple of days ago in the club, wow, Mion really liked him, but didn't seem to think it was love yet. She reserved in that area, so it was really like her. As for me, well, I didn't hate him, but my feelings weren't the same as Mion's. Kei-chan was just too childish compared to Satoshi-kun. I wondered how Satoshi-kun was doing. Was he waiting for things to cool down somewhere far away? The case had already been solved, though. That dopehead was a murderer. There was no reason for him to wait anymore. I shook my head. I shouldn't think about it too much. Oh, wait, I know. The case was confidential, so the arrest of the culprit hadn't been made public. So Satoshi-kun hadn't realized he could come back. Anything you say can be what? Shion's all about those refined men. Yes. I know he's a little thick-headed. Maybe he'd be waiting for things to calm down until the end of time. But if so, couldn't he give a call to Satoko at least? He should tell her he's living in a faraway place, but that he'd be coming home soon. That stupid Satoko. She'd been living with Rika Furude since Satoshi-kun went away, so nobody would pick up the phone even if he called. Stupid girl. Don't you want your big brother to come home? Given Satoshi-kun's personality, he wouldn't remember any phone numbers other than his own home phone number, so he wouldn't be able to contact anybody in Hinamizawa. Maybe he's been calling Satoko every night, and it just keeps ringing because no one picks up. Then he'd be assuming Satoko might be taking a bath or be in the restroom. He put on a puzzled smile while mumbling, like always. Imitated his voice without realizing it. After that, What? Huh? What's up? Didn't you say something, Shion? I laughed it off and urged Mion to continue. I realized that her tone had changed. I hadn't been listening to her because I was thinking about Satoshi-kun. I thought she was still happily talking about Kei-chan. But Mion sounded grim now. Her faint smile looked pitiful. It was too late to ask what was going on, so instead I concentrated on her story instead. After all that, Uncle gave everybody a doll as a thank you gift. Everybody except me. Okay, except for you? I wanted one too, but I couldn't say it in front of everybody. You still can't express your needs, huh? And then, Mion sniffled. I realized that she was on the verge of tears. The cutest doll was in Kei-chan's bag. You wanted that doll? It didn't matter which one. Although Kei-chan knew only I didn't get one, he didn't give it to me. He didn't give it to me. He said the doll wouldn't fit me and I should be born a boy in my next life. That's what he said. That was Keiichi's weak point. He might be fun and popular, but he wasn't mature. Not like Satoshi-kun. I want to start all over. I want to go back to when he had just met him. Start all over. I want him to treat me like a girl from the beginning. Don't take it so seriously. It'll be okay. Because it's just you who wants to start over while he didn't even notice anything was wrong. It'd be harder if you guys fought over it or something. Can I start over? If you didn't cry in front of him, it's not too late. You can cry as much as you want now. And if you show him a different side of you from tomorrow on, you can still fix it. Okay. I'm amazed how insensitive he is. But part of that is just the impression you've been giving him so far. If you change your attitude from tomorrow on, you can still change his mind. How do I change my attitude? How? If I tell you to act cute, you're going to start school and going to school in frilly clothes. So don't think. Just be natural. But without overdoing it. Pay attention to how you behave around him. And don't forget to be cautious of Reina. She's a bit ahead of you so far. Kei-chan might prefer Reina at this point. Oh, it's true. Reina's really girly. She's cute and caring. That just means you can't slack off for even a moment, sis. You got a rival. Tears can attract men, but they don't anchor them. You should always be smiling, but cry when it really counts. That's how you typically do it. Oh, maybe I should try that on Kei-chan myself. No, don't! He's the boy you like. So I guess it's natural that I like him a little too. How can I attract him? Hey sis, why don't we have a competition over him? No, never! I'll kick you into the orbit if you come near Hinamizawa. Happy for you, sis. It's not too late at all. It's important to know the distance between the boy you love and yourself, and shift the way you appeal to him and compensate. The boy I love is missing, you know? I don't even know where he is, or when he's coming back. Compared to that, you're very lucky. Mion was saying she'd do her best from tomorrow on with red, tearful eyes, but I sensed deeply a negative feeling emerging inside me. Nobody was blaming Mion for being happy with Keiichi. I wasn't envious. I wasn't jealous. I didn't want her to be blamed the same way I was blamed. It was just that there's no space for Satoshi-kun in Mion's mind anymore. Filled as it was with Kei-chan and the other friends now. Didn't matter to her if Satoshi-kun came back, or not. Just like how she didn't care if it was sunny or rainy tomorrow. What about me then? Had I been thinking about Satoshi-kun all the time for this past year? I wasn't proud of my own answer. I'd become used to life without Satoshi-kun. His absence didn't hurt anymore. I was getting used to life with Keiichi Maibara, and if I let my guard down, he might just fill up the space I've been saving for Satoshi-kun. If Shion Sonozaki had prayed harder for Satoshi-kun to return, he might have come home already. Where did Satoshi-kun go? Last year, after his disappearance, I'd paid close attention to the information circulating in the Sonozaki family and its underground connections, and I frequently went to the police station to check for Oishi for new information. Keiichi's body dysmorphia was super effective. Oh my god! As far as I understand, Shion had a crush on Satoshi, and Mion had a crush on Keiichi. Yep, that's right. You got it. You got it. Mion would never admit it, though. It's true. Facts. Even with all that, I couldn't get any new leads on his whereabouts. I eventually became interested in Oyashiro-sama's curse, which surrounded Satoshi-kun's disappearance. I researched the dark history of the village. The more I looked into it, the less likely his survival seemed. I returned to Mio-san's scrapbooks to her, and then I hadn't gone to the library since. I started a new life in a new school. I'd made new friends, and in the same way, as falling leaves cover the ground, I felt like I was losing sight of what was really important to me. It was already almost the end of spring. They said that summer was coming early and it'd be very hot this year. Normally it'd be a rainy season now, but we'd had no rain at all. The Watsunagashi festival was right around the corner. It'd been almost a year since Satoshi-kun went missing. In Hinamizawa, they don't allow you to talk openly about Oyashiro-sama's curse or the series of mysterious deaths, so everybody acts like the murder of Satoshi-kun's aunt never happened. And that's because Satoshi Hojo-kun was a member of the family of traitors. He fell victim to Oyashiro-sama's curse on the 4th year running and was demoned away. Everybody was trying to forget about his existence and ease their memories of him. Don't make him disappear because of the curse. Don't erase his existence. Satoshi-kun was living in Hinamizawa just a year ago. He went to school. He was an A student. He was a member of the Hinamizawa Fighters. He could never hit the ball when it really mattered. He was unreliable but pure. He was warm. Because of the curse, people made him disappear. They stopped mentioning his name and acted like he never existed. A new resident like Keiichi Maibara wouldn't even know him. He seriously believed that Satoshi-kun had transferred out. I miss you, Satoshi-kun. I want to go shopping with you again. I want to be in the baseball game with you again and get a cold drink after. I want to tease you and I want you to stroke my head again. Your hand was so warm. It felt as my whole body was being caressed. Satoshi-kun. I hadn't opened this notebook in a while. My feelings have been written down over 150 pages. This notebook is the key to my heart. The other me who's been sleeping since last year is slowly waking up. I'm quite amazed by your dirty deeds, Keiji-san. He is a boy after all. Mi-chan, Shi-chan, Keiji-kun looks confused. How... Did you hear that, sis? We're not playing tug of war here. Are you trying to tear Keiji-chan apart? I'm not playing tug of war. You're the one who's stretching him. Go back to Okonomiya, Shion. Okay, I will. Oops. I let go of Keiichi suddenly, so he and Sis flew off like a rubber band. Keiichi rolled on the ground while Sis was stuck in the bush head first. What lively people. Alright, see you, Kei-chan. Sis might assault me if I stick around any longer, so I'll get going. Oh, Shion. Thanks for today. Ah, forget it. I didn't do much. See you, Shion. His hand landed on my head. Ruff, ruff, ruff. He stroked my head pretty roughly, but the warmth reminded me. Excuse me, I'm going. See ya, sis. Don't ever come back. Reina, keep your eyes on her. Satoko, set traps. And Rika-chan, purify this area with salt. The warmth reminded on the top of my head. It felt ticklish and sore. I had to stop. I got off my moped and rushed to that aching spot against the telephone pole. I'm sorry, Satoshi-kun, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I never forgot about you. I still remember you. I'm worthless without you. I can't stand life without you because it's gray, cold, and boring. It's true. It's true. I can never smile because you aren't here. I can't. See you, Shion. Keiichi's face appeared in my mind. I recalled the touch of his hand stroking my head. It wasn't warm, and I wasn't happy. It was rough and painful. I hate that insensitive guy. He's too childish, rude, and cold. He's like a stray dog. I wasn't happy and I wasn't warm. I wasn't happy or overjoyed at all. No. Satoshi-kun. Satoshi-kun mumbled. He didn't know what to say in a situation like this. But he knew that he had better say something. He wanted to say something. He just didn't know what to say. So he just mumbled. Sorry, Shion. Why aren't you apologizing, Satoshi-kun? I'm the one who should apologize. Even though I'd said I'd wait for you, even though I believed in my heart it wouldn't change. My heart's so full of holes. You're leaking out from the small cracks in my heart, little by little. You're leaking out from me. Are you suffering because I'm here? Why? You're so precious to me. So don't say that. I've been here with you all this time. But I think I'm hurting you by continuing to exist. I don't want that. That's not true. No, no, no. Where have you been, Satoshi-kun? You weren't with me. Tell me where you were. What's the address? What's the postal code? The name of the city? The street number? Just tell me. There isn't an address. I knew it. Telling me you're always been with me. Always by my side. That's such a cliche. Which do you prefer, Shion? If I can give you strength, I'll stay by your side forever. But if you're suffering because of me, I'll disappear right away. Don't say that. I want to be with you always. I want to be with you forever. Okay. I'll stay with you then. A car passed by. The noise snapped me out of my reverie. The sky was turning orange. I should get home before it gets cold. I should go home to Okinomiya. You're with me, right? Are you with me right now, Satoshi-kun? I walked back to my moped. My feet sank in the grass. Crunch, crunch, crunch. I stopped while I reached my bike. But then I heard an extra footstep. I grasped. I could feel someone else's presence. I'm not stupid. Nobody else is around here. Nobody had suddenly appeared behind me. So I wasn't surprised to find nobody when I turned around. But he was definitely still here. Satoshi-kun? I couldn't see him, but he was there. He was there for me. Satoshi-kun never lies. He said he'd be with me all the time. I'd just been too insensitive to feel his existence until now. Satoshi-kun. Satoshi-kun. The breeze tickled my hair. It felt cold, but to me it was nothing but the warmth of his hand. It took me a while to notice the cheeks were wet with tears. That was such a cool soundtrack. Oh my god. Oh, it's back. I was too scared to sleep. If I went to sleep, I'd not find Satoshi-kun there in the morning. So I kept talking to him until I passed out. I told him about what happened while he was missing. I told him that I realized how much I loved him after he went away. I'd searched for him, looking into various different things. I'd gathered underground information through Kasai and bargained for the police information with Oshi, but I couldn't find any leads. A long time passed, but I kept thinking about him. Etc., etc. Cam and I are in our own Pokemon RG right now. Saf bouncing around excited for the story. Well, I told him all the small details from my daily life. The places I wanted to go with him. The things I wanted to do with him. The food I wanted to share with him. And I told him a lot of things. I was sitting up at first, but I got so tired I laid down. I got tired of moving my mouth too, so I started talking to him in my mind. It was the happiest night I'd ever had. When I woke up, I didn't find Satoshi-kun by my side. I knew it somehow. I was afraid of it. That was why I didn't want to go to sleep. But at least I got to see him for one night. Just when I resigned myself to that, I felt Satoshi-kun's presence again. It wasn't a dream after all. I thanked God. And so I began my strange life with Satoshi-kun. As promised, Satoshi-kun was always by my side. He couldn't laugh, mumble, or stroke my head, but he was always with me. Always, right by my side. He disappeared sometimes, but he'd come back when I looked for him. It seemed that all I could hear was his footsteps. That's just the way it was. It was a bit sad, but I was satisfied. Oh no, she's going insane. His presence was really faint, so it was hard to sense him in a crowd, but he never left me. If he were tangible, I'd be taking his hand all the time so he wouldn't be lost. In contrast, I could feel him very strongly in a quiet environment. Of course, I couldn't tell what his expressions were because he was just a presence. But after I got used to it, I could tell what he was thinking. Oh, sorry. Bless me. At first, I could only tell if he was laughing or not. Salute, thank you. Eventually, I started to feel his emotions more strongly. I could communicate with him normally. Bless you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I was usually alone with him, though. I didn't want to go to school or hang out with my friends anymore. But Satoshi-kun got upset about that. He kept mumbling unhappily. Now that I knew he'd always be with me, I shouldn't just stay at home all the time. I was sticking to my time alone with him, however, because I was scared that he might suddenly disappear again. I wanted to make the most of the time I was sharing with him right now. I must have been worrying too excessively. Satoshi-kun will always be by my side. Yeah, that was his promise. He never breaks promises. I was fine, because he was here. Of course I couldn't tell anybody about him, not even Sis. I could try to explain it to them, but they'd never understand. But I was certain that he was with me. So, it'd be alright. I never got fed up with life with him. He's really cute, you know. We always walk together. But when I stop, he always walks one extra step. It's so adorable and I love it. Shion-san, what are you going to do on Watsunagashi this year? Well, I guess I'll have some fun at the festival. Maybe I'll tease Sis and her friends. I wanted to go to the festival with Satoshi-kun. I knew he liked to see me having fun with everybody. He might get jealous if I play with Kei-chan. But Satoshi-kun isn't very sensitive in that way. Satoshi-kun loved to see me and my friends have fun. So, I should have a lot of fun for his sake. Then I'd talk about the day with him later. How are you going to Hinamizawa? I can give you a ride if you want. I'm taking my moped, so you don't have to. That won't do. Aren't you going to the family party afterwards? I can't let you drive under the influence. He won't let me drive, but he's kind enough to at least let me drink. Alright, take me then. Good. Let's leave before nightfall. I'll come pick you up around that time. After Kasai left, I sensed that Satoshi-kun was excited about going to the festival. Watsunagashi, huh? So it's been almost a year since you went away. Satoshi-kun seemed confused. Bet you're gonna going all, right now, aren't you? We laughed together. Welcome! Here's your net and a bowl. Great. Wow, these fish are so active. They look delicious. I could eat this little one raw right here. Huh? What are you saying, Mion-san? Mi-chan, you eat goldfish? Did you eat the one I gave you last year too? No, I didn't say that. Sis shook her head hard. She turned all red. But you just said it. You said they looked delicious. I heard it too. Sis eats everything as long as it fits inside her mouth. If it's really good, I'll try it once. No, you can't, Rika-chan. You're gonna get sick. Wait a minute. Hey, you. How long have you been here, Shion? Hey, Kei-chan, Sis, everybody else. Good evening. Ah! When did you get here, Shion? I've been here since you were at the Chow Mein booth. I found you guys quickly since you were making so much noise. Hey, you're not in our club. Get lost. Oh, don't be so mean, Sis. Come, right? Right, Kei-chan? You're fine if I come with you guys, right? I took Kei-chan's arm and held it between my breasts. We were gonna have a ball. Nope, not touching that one. Facts, bro, facts. We gotta keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. I went around the booths with Sis and her friends. I joked around and laughed out loud. I teased Kei-chan and Sis too. Kei-chan was at the center of the group, so if I did something to him, it naturally involved everybody else. It looked like Satoshi-kun was having a hard time finding his own spot in the crowd. When I glanced at him in a quiet moment, he smiled and told me to have fun without worrying about him. If he were tangible, I'd pull his arm to join the crowd. It made me sad that I couldn't do that. I bumped into somebody's shoulder. It was obviously my fault, so I apologized right away. And as it turned out, it was somebody I knew. Oh, looks like you're having fun. Good evening, Shion-chan. The moon looks beautiful tonight, doesn't it? Oh, it's been forever, Takano-san. And you were... Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Tomotake. I heard you were Mion-chan's twin sister. Nice to meet you too, Tomotake-san. I heard you were a great cameraman. Please, take a picture of me someday. I'm just an amateur dreaming about going professional. Well, you are actually great, Jiro-san. You're good at many things. No, I need to study more. I have no talent, so I have to put in a lot of effort just to compensate. They must have been in a relationship. You two look happy together. Am I interrupting? Oh no. I appreciate your consideration, but you're not interrupting us at all. And you can call me Mio, like before. Not Takano-san. It's a bit hard for me to call someone older than me by their first name. Well, never mind. I smiled bashfully, and Takano-san smiled back elegantly. I haven't seen you in the library since. I wanted to talk to you more as a fellow researcher. Yeah, well, when I feel like it. A fellow researcher? Are you interested in that too, Shion-chan? I mean, in the legend of the village. Tomotake-san raised his eyebrows. As far as I knew, Takano-san's hobby wasn't exactly normal. On the surface, her research dealt with the culture and history of the ancient Hinamizawa, but its main focus was the Watsunagashi festival from ancient times. The cannibal banquet in which they captured and gutted a living sacrifice. Her research covered various stories surrounding that and other legends of cruelty. It was nothing if not gory. That was where her main interest lay. So I didn't feel comfortable being called a fellow researcher, to be honest. But objectively speaking, her research notes were fun to read. It was then that I heard the loud booms of the taiko drums. The main event of the Watsunagashi festival, the dedication dance, was about to start. According to Takano-san's hypothesis, the part of the dance where the shrine maiden tears open a futon mat represents gutting the living victim. It's starting. I should have over. Aren't you guys coming to see Rika-chama's performance? Tomotake looked bewildered. Did that mean he wasn't coming? Takano-san giggled and whispered in my ear. To tell the truth, we're thinking of sneaking into the ritual storehouse. Huh? She made it sound like she was going to do something fun, but it wouldn't be amusing to anyone who knew what the ritual storehouse really was. The ritual storehouse, or the storehouse for ritual implements, is a sort of treasure house belonging to the Furude shrine. I'd heard from Yashiro-sama's sacred treasures were stored there. Only people from the Furude family are selected members of the other 3 families are even allowed to enter. They believe the people enter the place will be desecrated. Everybody in Hinamizawa must have been curious about what was in there when they were kids. But the storehouse is always tightly locked. You couldn't just peek into it either. Kids would get chided if they played around it, so they'd learn to stay away. I didn't like being around it myself, so I was familiar with it and all. Even though I didn't believe in curses, I still didn't want to go near it. Nothing good can come from breaking the rules. Were they still going to enter the ritual storehouse despite all of that? I'm pretty sure it's tightly locked. It was, until last year. Rika-chan had a very heavy bolt changed to a cheap padlock, because the bolt was too heavy for her to lift it. Did you know that? No. But even if it's cheap, it's still locked, isn't it? Jiro-san is very skilled. Oh, are you good at lockpicking? Once the Watsunagashi ritual starts, everybody will be gathering around the stage, right? Then the area around this storehouse will be completely devoid of people. Tonight, this place will be a blind spot. Can't see the forest from the trees, I suppose. According to her, The hypothesis that the ancient tools were used for human desecration and torture would be found in the ritual storehouse. Why don't you join us for a bit? It's now or never. So maybe I'll see you then? Takano-san, are you telling her? Just girl talk. Let's go to some dark place for a quick date, sorry. Huh? Ah, Takano-san walked against the flow of the crowd alongside Toмотaki-san. The ritual storehouse, huh? It was supposedly filled with torture tools. Considering what they had in the underground torture room at the Sonozaki house, that's quite possible. Satoshi-kun fell victim to the curse in the 4th year. His aunt's death was the sign of Yashiro-sama's curse. Satoshi-kun was the sacrifice to pacify Yashiro-sama's anger. That was what Takano-san had said last year. It was her hypothesis. At present, I wanted to deny her hypothesis because I wanted to believe that Satoshi-kun was still alive. If her hypothesis was correct, either some religious fanatic or somebody from the Free Families must have been imitating the curse in order to revive the ancient custom of the Onigafuchi. That would mean that it was them who killed Satoshi-kun. So what if the ritual storehouse was filled with garbage instead of torture implements? Maybe it was filled with broken pendulums or freshly painted sideboards for the festival. What then? It wasn't really hard for me to believe that it was filled with the chemical smell of paint. Maybe I'll get to deny that hypothesis that Satoshi-kun was sacrificed by seeing the inside of the ritual storehouse for myself. Whatever was in there, it didn't mean that Satoshi-kun would come back. What should I do? Satoshi-kun? Since most people went to see Rikachama's ritual dance, the festival grounds was deadly quiet. Even so, I couldn't sense Satoshi-kun. Did he go somewhere, or was I not paying enough attention? Or maybe he wasn't feeling any emotions in particular. After thinking for a while, I decided to go with it for them. It had been almost a year since Satoshi-kun's disappearance. I've been avoiding the truth because I was afraid he might be dead. But now I have a chance. I had a chance to see the inside of the ritual storehouse. I felt as though something divine had arranged that coincidence. On my way to the storehouse, I noticed Keiichi. He was jumping up and down, trying to see Rikachama's dedication dance be over people's shoulders. If I took him along, we could split the guilt. While Yashiro-sama might put a curse on me for entering the divine storehouse, I wanted a partner in crime. Since the boy I loved disappeared last year because of the curse, maybe Mion's love should disappear this year. Oh, what am I thinking? That must have been the demon inside me. I shook the thought out of my head. What's going on, Shion? Where's the best place to see Rika-chan's distance from the... Is it this far? Huh? I never said I was going to show you that. We made it to the ritual storehouse. Keiichi was baffled by the whole situation. Our timing had been perfect. I could see Toмотaki-san picking the lock. Bruh, that's so evil. Shion is cold as fuck. Even though Keiichi must have been curious, he insisted that we shouldn't go in. But I talked him into it anyway. He was quick to change his mind when Toмотaki-san drove in. It was completely dark inside, so Takano-san lit a battery-powered lantern. A small entry space appeared before us. It's so dark in here. Take care not to trip over anything. I appreciated the concern. Okay, doorman, keep a good watch. We're shutting the door now. Takano-san closed the door with a smile, as if leaving Toмотaki-san out on purpose. Man. Alright, everyone, have fun. As soon as the heavy door was closed, we were surrounded by a quiet darkness. All we could rely on was Takano-san's lantern. It'll be fine. It's an outdoor lantern with the backup batteries inside. It won't go out or anything. Takano-san teased Keiichi a little bit. Keiichi in turn looked a little pale. He seemed to be able to recognize the sanctity of the building, even though he wasn't from Hinamizawa. Let's go in. Here we go. And there. After Takano-san opened the heavy inner door, a dusty, foul smell flowed out. It was like the smell of a pantry that wouldn't be opened in years, with the smell of a fish market mixed in there together. I didn't know exactly how to describe it, but it was a bad smell. From listening to the echo of the footsteps, I could tell that this room was much bigger than the one we were just in. When Takano-san raised her lantern, I could clearly see just how big it was. Wow. At the far side of the wall, there's a statue of some kind of god staring down at the intruders. The way it was lit by the lantern gave a powerful appearance. It scared me. That is the guardian god of Hinamizawa, Oyashiro-sama. I looked up at the statue, which was holding its religious ornaments. If Satoshi-kun's disappearance really was a curse, I couldn't forgive this god. I found myself irritated by the way the statue looked down at me. Damn you, Oyashiro-sama. If you really made Satoshi-kun disappear, I'll never forgive you. Never. Keiichi didn't seem to understand the significance of the storehouse. He looked bored. Takano-san noticed that and took out her scrapbooks to show him the brutal history of the ancient Hinamizawa. I'd heard this story already, so I decided to walk around by myself. Since I knew the significance of all these tools, I felt a little nauseated. Though they certainly wouldn't jump out at me, I still found them intimidating. They looked as if they were craving fresh blood after not having been used in hundreds of years. All the tools looked similar to the ones I saw in the underground torture room at the Sonozaki main house. If those tools were the prodigies of torture implements, these would be their ancestors. All the implements, they looked old. I doubted they could be used. They weren't maintained like the ones in the Sonozaki house. So that mean they shouldn't scare me? No, on the contrary. They told me the cruel rituals were indeed performed in this village at some point. Now that I found scary. What Takano-san told me was the truth. When I stopped, Satoshi-kun had also stopped behind me, one step later. I felt no emotional change in Satoshi-kun. I couldn't tell if he was feeling something or not. I knew he was there, but I had no idea what he was feeling. I felt scared of him for the first time. If he could answer me, I'd want to ask him, who demoned you away? Are you listening, Satoshi-kun? I couldn't tell if he heard me or not. He left, as if he didn't hear anything. I could tell he'd been sulky ever since we got here. I suddenly felt lonely, so I looked for him while walking around. I realized then that there was an altar in front of the statue. He might be there. It was a clean altar, an altar ornamented with religious artifacts. It was kept well maintained and I saw no dust. That would mean, well, the flowers in the vase weren't wilting. I saw a pretty handkerchief under the vase. It looked out of place amongst everything else. I was fairly certain it was Rika Furude's handkerchief. That would mean that the storehouse is maintained daily. It wasn't a forgotten ruin buried in the dust. So the brutality that dwelled in this ritual storehouse is still alive and well in Hinamizawa. That's right. Something as ambiguous as Oyashiro-sama's curse is nothing more than a simple delusion of the villagers. As Takano-san said, everything that happens in this world is done by humans. I'd accused Oyashiro-sama of demoning away Satoshi-kun, but Oyashiro-sama is just a statue made of bronze or wood. It's nothing but an icon. There are, however, human beings who would try to make this icon seem real. The series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa is the result of human action. It shouldn't be called Oyashiro-sama's curse. If Satoshi-kun was the fourth year's victim, then he was victimized by a human who was just acting the part of the curse. The person who deemed away Satoshi-kun must not be very far from me. The truth behind Satoshi-kun's disappearance was not so far from my grasp. Thump. I was startled by the sound. It sounded like somebody had dropped something. I looked over at Takano-san and Keiichi. Takano-san was still lecturing him. Did she drop her scrapbook or something? Thump, 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 thump. The sound came from right behind me, not from them. I'd never heard Satoshi-kun do that. It sounded like somebody was stomping on the floor in frustration. What is it? Thump, 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 thump. The sound continued, ignoring my question. Though I heard it right nearby, it sounded as though a child was hopping on the wooden floor somewhere distant. What's wrong, Satoshi-kun? Are you angry about something? I couldn't read his expressions. I thought he was mad, but I didn't sense any emotion from him at all. Was he mad that I touched the altar? Maybe you weren't supposed to do that. Don't. It's not that I've been able to communicate with Satoshi-kun in a concrete way. I just talked to him. I was never expecting him to react like that. I didn't sense willingness to communicate from this creepy sound. Then a chill ran up my spine. It felt as all my pores were opening. I'd been thinking that it was Satoshi-kun stomping on the floor. Hey, you. You're Satoshi-kun, aren't you? The sound stopped when I asked that. It wasn't a yes or a no, just silence. Satoshi-kun wouldn't scare me like that. I realized suddenly that the sound hadn't come from Satoshi-kun. A cold shiver shot through my feet, and I sprung to step backward. The sound had come from right there. Even though I jumped back, it was still just a few meters away. Satoshi-kun would sometimes let me hear his footsteps when I walked, but if that wasn't Satoshi-kun, then there was no guarantee I'd hear its footsteps. So, that invisible being could already be right in front of my eyes, and I just couldn't see it? I forgot everything and ran, straining my ears as much as possible for any sound, listening for any footsteps pursuing me. I ran right into Keiichi and clung to him, timidly turning back to look. The dimly lit area before the altar was quiet, like nothing had happened. But seeing that chilling dark stillness, realizing it was just the space, made me even more frightened now. What's up, Shion? Did you get scared? Keiichi made fun of me. Even though he'd looked horrified just a little while ago, now he was satisfied to see me scared too. I know how girls tend to get freaked out by the haunted houses. Well, I don't mind. Anyway, let's go. Before Takano-san leaves us behind. I pretended to be fine, but I wasn't sure I was able to hide my fear entirely. Shion accepts that she's talking about social spirit, but not that you were sure something. Yeah, right? The footsteps were chasing me. They were outside the illumination of the lantern as they could go into the light. The presence never left us, however. It followed us like a fourth member of the party. Sometimes it made stomping sound as if it were wanting some recognition, but neither Takano-san nor Keiichi seemed to notice it. It was possible for Takano-san to be ignoring it, but Keiichi would never ignore it. If he could hear it, he would have said something. So, just like with Satoshi-kun, only I could hear it. What was that thing that was making me so scared? Was it Satoshi-kun in a bad mood? Or was it possible that the presence I believed to be Satoshi-kun might not have been him after all? Thump. Thump. What are you upset about, Satoshi-kun? Tell me if I did something wrong, I'll apologize. Thump. 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 If you aren't Satoshi-kun, then where did he go? When did you take his place? Thump. 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 Shion, are you alright? Huh? I'm fine. You look pale, though. Then I'd appreciate it if you didn't stretch my clothes so much. Oh, sorry. Oh, am I interrupting you two? I decided to engage in the conversation to help myself ignore the sound from behind. I didn't hear the sound as much, and it became a bit more distant. Yeah, I shouldn't pay attention to it. It wouldn't bother me if I didn't hear it. I should just ignore the noise. Takano-san, you're researching whether those customs survived into the present? You are, right? Don't. What I'm about to tell you is a secret, alright? I told you, Shion-chan, because you're an understanding person, but the other villagers don't want to hear it. If things go awry, I could be ganged up on and punished. She smiled at me with like a witch. Don't. Maibara-kun, you can keep a secret too, okay? If things get out, I could suffer Yashiro-sama's curse or be made into the sacrifice. If it's the curse, then I wonder what kind of death it'll be this year. If it's the sacrifice, I'll be thrown into the Onigafuchi swamp while I'm still alive. And if it's tonight, you know, the night of Yashiro-sama's curse, it certainly is. If the curse strikes for a 5th time, it'll happen tonight. Dum, dum, dum. Takano-san pulled out an old scrapbook from her paper bag and started turning the pages. She opened it to the page of the one article. It was the article about a brutal murder of the Watanagashi victim. It happened in the Meiji era. This is a story that actually happened. It was around the end of the Meiji era. They discovered an unknown mangled corpse, the victim of a murder in the Onigafuchi village. Dum, 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 dum. Never before has there been a corpse treated with such cruelty, inhumanity. Dum, dum, dum. Hey, you guys seriously don't hear that? It's freaking loud. How can you not hear it? Hell, it's so freaking noisy. Cut it out already. In the next moment, we all heard a squeaking noise. We turned around in surprise. It was just Tomotaki-san opening the door. Did I startle you? Oh, Jiro-san, could you just not resist staying inside? This is a splendid treasure trove of torture devices. I'll pass on that. I'm bad with this sort of thing by nature. Takano-san laughed as if making fun of Tomotaki-san for being such a scaredy cat. In any case, the dance and ceremony are over and everyone's going to go down to the river. The festival as a whole will be over in a few minutes. Time was up. I'd never expected that Tomotaki-san would save me from the nightmare. His face suddenly looked heroic. Oh, Keiichi-kun, are you leaving too? I've seen enough. Shion, you're good to go too, right? Let's get out of here. I want some fresh air. I agree. Let's leave. I went into the entry room and turned around. Takano-san was taking photos in a mad rush, though our time was up. I didn't hear the sound anymore. I didn't feel the presence. I didn't feel Satoshi-kun either. But somehow I wasn't too sad about that. Even if he followed me out here, I wouldn't be able to tell if it was really him or somebody else. Hey. Defilers, you broke into the forbidden place. Oh my god. And then it just like, dead silence, no music for us. Good chapter. Yeah, it was a really good chapter. Shion's going insane. Yippee, bachi, bachi, bachi. Yes, exactly. So, hold on, let me get another sip. My throat hurts. So, right? Isn't that interesting now to hear that storehouse scene from her point of view? Where when we were Keiichi, it was like a 2-hour explanation of the demons and how they lived in Hinamizawa and the Watanagashi and all that. So that chapter covered almost all of book. Not all of book 2. This was, like, that storehouse scene was one chapter in book 2. But it took us 2.5 hours to get through it. Whereas here, that took us like 20, 30 minutes, maybe. And it wasn't even about what, Takano-san was saying, whereas in book 2 it was all about what she was saying. It was giving us the lore dump, right? But this one was all about the fact that like Shion could hear like the knocking, right? Like, because like remember that became a thing later on in book 2 where it was like Shion was like, did you really not hear that? And Keiichi's like, what? And she's like, never mind. But like now we see why she was freaking out, right? Because it was like right up in here. It wasn't it was up loud. Okay, what I missed about Sav. Her voice, her beauty, her happy go. Aw, thanks. Aw. But no, book 2, like this was just one chapter in book 2, the storehouse stuff. But it was the longest chapter, bro. No, because remember, everything else that happened, book 2 was about like the main thing in book 2 was the fact that Keiichi didn't know if it was Shion or Mion most of the time. Right? So That was the big thing in book 2, was just us learning she had a twin. And remember, we're gonna get the answer to the question, like, how is Keiichi talking to Mion if she'd been dead for 2 weeks, right? We're gonna get that answer. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This is a good one. I like this book a lot. It's so good. Oh my god, and I love Satoshi, and I love Shion. Oh, they're both so good. Ah! But okay, I'm gonna, like, wrap it up tonight. My throat hurts. I'm tired, and, but I love you. The answer to the question is where Keiichi gets all that Kobe. Well, I don't think we'll ever solve that. Also, isn't that neat that, like, now that we're not Keiichi, it's not, like, because, like, Keiichi too, right? It would be, like, 2 hours of reading, but an hour and a half of it is him being paranoid. Like, him going, oh my god, did they hear my breathing? Did they think I'm being rude? But, like, now that we see it from the outside, it's like, Keiichi looked bored. We move on. Like, I like that a lot, too. Thank you for the stream. Yeah, thank you guys for coming to book club. As always, it's always so much fun to read it with you guys. I love book club. Yee! Oh, okay, but we do have other things to look forward to this week. Tomorrow we're gonna play Genshin. I wanted to play it last week, but shit got, like, all jumbled up, and I'm sorry. I double booked myself. That was my bad. I'm sorry. But we'll play Genshin tomorrow, I promise. And then Wednesday and Thursday we're playing Crystar. I do want to try and finish Crystar, and then once Crystar's finished, I feel like I'll be able to, like, double down on Elden Ring a bit more. We started playing Crystar first. I want to finish it, you know. I do love that game. I just, you know me, I got a little distracted, and here we are playing, like, 7 different games at once, right? No worries. Thank you. Alright, but I hope I'll see you guys tomorrow for Genshin. Same time, same place, you know. It's okay. Very ambitious to try and read 2 books. I know, right? So I hope I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright? Alright, Veil Guards. Have a good night, a good evening, and dismissed. Bye-bye!